What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have tons of exciting updates to unpack today. And yes, I will be pronouncing Cardano the correct way from now on. I do read the comments, your feedback is important, so hit the subscribe, hit the like. Cardano is going to surge, says Max. I can feel it. There's so many reasons to be bullish for Cardano, including the 1.54 billion treasury that we'll see accessible in governance, in addition to the 62% plus being staked with ADA. And we've seen time and time again that ADA is a late bloomer. 2021, let's remember, 2021, we had that peak at the very tail end of the bull market when everything was wrapping up, right before kind of the NFT renaissance. So I would say that I think that, again, ADA and many other altcoins will rip, but they'll be late bloomers. I agree with Max. Just in, Cardano ADA NFT daily volume surpasses 150,000 ADA. Though this number may seem small compared to some of the biggest L1s, this number, as someone who has worked in many other altcoin NFT projects and whatnot, is actually much bigger. This number is much bigger than many other networks out there. There are a lot of projects that are not even 1/10 the NFT daily volume. So do we need more upside? Yes, but it will come. Let's remember that NFTs were not really a hot topic until the 2021 bull run. Before that, they were just sleeping. The tech was there, but no one really cared about it. So I think that NFTs will continue to blossom on ADA. I think that ADA has great brand intimacy, a very bubbly and welcoming ecosystem, and I think more NFT developers will come to it because of DAO, governance, having access to a variety of tools, having access to voting, having access to staking, so many different things that could just plug in value and give bonus utility, especially with like tokenized NFTs or having some sort of tokenization and you want to add benefits or identity and delegate stuff. I think ADA is well suited to bring a vast utility of NFTs, not just ape JPEGs, but beyond that, reward systems, identity solutions, entertainment, things like that. Masari, they put out a report for XRP. I checked it out. They just put a report out for Cardano, and Cardano is doing well and has even made new all-time highs in some cases. So Cardano's revenue increase, we're going to focus just on the key insights, but everything's linked below. If you want to nerd out, check out all the benchmarks and all the graphs. It's a great read. Key insights, Cardano's revenue USD increased 44% quarter over quarter. This was partially driven by ADA's 7% quarter over quarter price increase. TVL in USD surpassed $500 million in March of this year. Now it's come down to around 250, but it did hit a juicy figure. Several new protocols launched or are nearing production, such as AXO and USDM, while incumbents continue to grow, such as Indigo and MinSwap. Core infrastructure such as SanchoNet, Hydra, and Mithro continued development and testing. Member-based organization Intersect started a grants program for governance features. Early grant recipients include projects for educational materials and a DREP platform. They wrote a beautiful primer also mentioning a bunch of kind of the collaborations, founding entities, and a reminder for anyone who's new to Cardano that it's a proof-of-stake layer 1 smart contract network. It launched in 2017, aiming to provide security, scalability, and sustainability to decentralized applications and systems building on top of the blockchain. In addition to the community of developers, node operators, and projects, Cardano is supported by multiple entities: IOG, DC Spark, M Labs, the Cardano Foundation, Emergo, Intersect, Well-Typed, Galois, I can't pronounce that, Twig, and more. They work together to support the network's development, adoption, and finances while Cardano moves towards the age of Voltaire. Cardano has taken a unique approach to development when compared to the other smart contract networks. The Ouroboros consensus model allows for delegation of stake, the extended unspent transaction output, or EUTXO. Accounting model enables native token transfers, scalability, and decentralization. And smart contracts were enabled by the Alonzo hard fork in 2021. That was part of that big narrative there. And we got FUD like one transaction per block. I remember people were FUDding this hard. Kind of was a buy the hype, sell the news. I mean, when it comes to the price performance. there's no reason why we can't go more ballistic and actually hit newer all-time highs this season, but it's going to be a late bloomer, guys. I think it's going to be a late bloomer. Finally, with a dedicated community of users and developers, Cardano has demonstrated staying power. Post Alonso, Cardano began to compete in more traditional crypto markets, such as DeFi and NFTs. So, guys, the future is looking really, really beautiful. Closing summary, Cardano's ecosystem continued to develop and mature in Q1. TVL set an all-time high of 506 million in March. And we continue to diversify with new DeFi tools like Axo, Launch, and alternatives to existing tools such as USDM's stablecoin. Now, this is like saying upcoming stablecoin, but this is already out. It's already out. They got to make some changes to that, I suppose. 2 days ago, this was updated. So maybe they got to make some updates there. Maybe the wording there needs some tweaking. Cardano Yoda. Andrea, can't pronounce that name, Senior Vice President of MasterCard, will be one of the speakers at Cardano Summit 2024. I'm looking forward to what she will talk about. Well, I mean, like, it is what it is. I don't really want to become XRP Army where we're like thinking that MasterCard plus Cardano, but it's good to see names of significant companies at dedicated events, like exclusive for us. So why not? You know, take this with a grain of salt. Don't go on Twitter saying MasterCard has now collaborated with Cardano and blah, 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 blah. But I think that fall is going to be a very important time for Cardano, and I think it's going to be very exciting to see what happens with alt season past Q4. There's a reason why devs love Cardano. Many have seen and worked with the proprietary environments, Microsoft, Apple, etc., and would much rather work and innovate on an open platform built on the principles that they agree with. Cardano tech is next level. It really is next level. And often it takes some time before, sometimes you're just too early with innovation. Sometimes we're just too early with innovation. And I think it just takes time for some of these products and goods and services to mature. And I think that more and more people around the world will be choosing the neutral, agnostic, brand-friendly, and high brand intimacy project to build on. And the supernode and the scalability and the TPS, everything is just going to check off on everything else. Because people are realizing that some projects just have vanity and hype and nonsense. I mean, today I was talking to my brother about just Pulse Chain and Hex, and I'm not going to comment today, but you know what I probably think about that. That's going to be a video for another day. I think that Cardano actually gets fudded to death, but still, people talk about it. Still, it's a top 10, top 11 project. Still, it has high staking, high hodling. Still, it has that treasury. And there's many projects that don't have any of those important, crucial things and just finesse and just look to drain value, drain value, drain value, drain value. So albeit the growth has been slow, if I see some more people paper hands this, I'm going to be scooping up. So if there's any Jeets watching right now, sell, get the fuck out of here so I can scoop up some more ADA. You know what I'm saying? Make it easier for you. Make it easier for me. For me, I like to scoop up in the ranges of the 24 cent to the 40 cent. So it's entering slowly my buying window. And I think that this summer will be quite bearish for all of crypto. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. And sometimes there's a bull season elsewhere with like all the random celebrity coins. But I always go with trajectories. I don't try to trade 24-hour charts. There's a guy who messages me like almost every day. He's like, I just put 6 SOL in this. I put 10 SOL in that. Put 6 SOL in this. Oops, that got suspended. Oops, that got suspended. And when you chase money, usually it's going to end pretty bad. So stay with projects you have high conviction in. If you don't have conviction in ADA, sell it and get the fuck out. It's that simple. And find projects that you do like. I like ADA a lot. I think that it has a great future. I think that it's done really well in the previous bull run where many projects didn't even hit an all-time high. And let's talk about that. What about that all-time high? There's a great post here by Sebi. The blue circle is where ADA was last cycle when BTC was breaking its all-time high. ADA did a 17x increase from that time to its all-time high. I think we're going to see around 10 to 15x in this cycle from the current price. And I think that's pretty reasonable because if we went from 40 cents to $4, it's not too like crazy, right? I'm even erring on more on the side of caution of saying, let's hit $1, then we can see some new price discovery. And ADA was here, right? So Bitcoin was ripping, and as Bitcoin was tumbling down, then we were seeing those pumps that we saw, because what was it? End of August. If we come to Bitcoin, yeah, like as it was tumbling down, it kind of reached its peak as they also reached their peak, but it was like the final frontier, you know? It was at the very end. And even though it's like, but what about now? We're at a new all-time highs. Yeah, but new highs are new highs. And this is just kind of like, I think, just from everything going on geopolitically, I think that right now with Cardano, I'm struggling so hard to like not say it the way I used to, but we'll get there. You know, guys, we can't resist change, you know? I think that we are around here right now. I think that we are almost like in that Q4 season. I feel like we're in that Q4 2020 season, and we're about to rip. And when it does rip, it will rip in ways that we didn't expect, and it will give people that euphoria of double-digit greens, and that's when people will start shaming everyone for selling, and they're going to be so high on their unrealized gains. That's when you need a plan also. So I think, guys, that Q4 and beyond will be, the bullishness will begin, but it could be later and it might run longer. So it could actually be like Q1, Q2 of 2025, but we'll see what happens. We'll continue to cover the project and what's going on. Pretty quiet day, but there's a lot of anticipation for Chang hard fork. There's a lot of anticipation for the rest of the market. A lot of people are just kind of sidelining, side skirting on like what's going to happen next. And I think historically summer has not been so fruitful for the past few cycles for cryptos. So it is what it is. We'll continue to watch it. I think that if it goes down, I'm going to be scooping up some more. What do you guys think? What's your buying window? What's your selling window? What's your price prediction for Cardano? And what do you think is the future? Is it going to do good? Is it going to do bad? I think that Cardano, it's undeniable, the strength of the community and the strength of the tech, a beautiful medley. So hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you guys in the next Anga Crypto Show.